Hi, everybody, and welcome to Fitness Knocking with Lois. How are you today? I'm really excited to have our guest speaker today. But before we get started, a little bit about me and my company. So Fitness Knocking is a mobile personal training service. We work with people one-on-one, small groups, and large groups for one-on-one types of people, as well as corporations. So if you know anybody that's looking for that kind of thing or needs some help, give me a call or PM me, and I will be happy to have a quick conversation or a long conversation on how to get you to see your bright future. So today we have the most wonderful person, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. So Deborah Gussoff is a professional organizer, and she's just one of those people that loves to help and truly makes people's lives better. She helps people that catch up with their plan on what's happening in their life today and yesterday and catch up with yesterday so that they can feel more efficient and more productive in their tomorrow. I mean, who doesn't need that? Everybody needs a Deborah in their life. And Deborah's helped me so much over the course of the last 5-ish years that I've known her. And she's just a wonderful person. So Deborah, welcome. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for that lovely introduction, Lois. I'm thrilled to be here.
Awesome. So those of you that are watching at home, please subscribe to this channel, share this information. Everybody needs this. And of course, comment and let us know if you have any questions. So Deborah's here to answer any questions that you have about organizing, but I'm going to ask her a whole bunch of cool questions today to help you feel better and ultimately get to your best life possible. So this is information about Deb on the bottom. If you want to get to her website, it's right there. And you can, of course, ask questions as we're going along. So Deb, tell me, you work with clients mostly one-on-one, and you're helping them virtually, you're helping them in person, kind of cut through the clutter. How do you coach? Like, what's the main tip that you give over and over again that you think that would be helpful for people today to help them feel better mentally and physically? Because I mean, our space, our environment is so involved, especially right now because of COVID, everybody's home.
Absolutely.
So how do you break through that?
So I think you're right that our space is so important. If you walk into a cluttered, chaotic environment, that has a real impact on how you feel, on how productive you are or aren't, and just your general state of mind. So it's really important to have a space that's calm, that's soothing, and that gives you the space to work and focus and do what you need. And in terms of kind of a little tidbit that everybody can take away is start small. If you walk into a room and it's chaotic and there's stuff all over the place, it can feel really, really overwhelming. So start small. Don't feel like I have to deal with this whole room. Start in a corner or start in one surface. If it's the kitchen, clear one counter or tackle a junk drawer. Don't look at the whole thing because that feels stressful and overwhelming.
Oh my gosh, it's such a simple thing. And we do the same thing in the exercise world. If you think about, oh my gosh, I have to work out, X number of days a week and X number of hours a day, it starts to freak you out. But when you take it in small bites, tiny goals over and over again, that consistency gets better. And I love that you say breaking big projects into smaller, manageable, consistent pieces. And consistency, I think, with everything is key. Would you agree?
Absolutely. One of my favorite quotes says that if you are persistent, you can get it. If you are consistent, you will keep it. It's all about that consistency. You can do anything for an hour or for a week. But it's that long-term consistency that's so important.
Oh, completely. So you have a high school reunion. Now, I get a lot of people calling me in the spring about their high school reunions coming up in the fall. What do you say to that? Losing weight, losing 10 pounds and then gaining it back. Like, how do you relate that to your organizing world?
So that's exactly the example that I always share with people and deals with that consistency. I say that getting organized, decluttering is very much like losing weight. And the analogy is exactly that high school reunion. You get the invitation, and 3 months from now, you have your 25-year high school reunion coming up. And you think, wow, I want to go and I want to look just like I did in high school. Maybe better hair, but I want to be, lose 10 pounds or get in shape and really wow everyone. And so you set these goals and you start eating more healthfully, and you get up in the morning before work and you go and you work out and you cut out all the junk food, and you go to the reunion and everyone says, wow, Lois, you look amazing. You haven't changed a bit. And then the reunion's over and you go home and you feel great. And the next morning, the alarm clock goes off and you're like, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today. I'm just going to turn over and sleep for an extra half hour. And you start eating ice cream after dinner every night. And guess what? Those pounds start creeping back up. And it's the exact same thing with clutter. Unfortunately, organizing is not a one and done. There's always going to be more paper and more stuff that comes into your life. So you need to schedule regular chunks of time to tackle it. It's that consistency that you mentioned. So important.
Yeah. I love how you said schedule it. Goodness, I say that all the time. And those of you that are frequent followers of me know that I always say you have to put it on your calendar, whether it's organizing your stuff, clearing out the clutter. I now have a scheduling tool that takes a lot of time off of what I normally do, makes things faster. But I've noticed that now I have to schedule in actual catch-up time. So there are times on my calendar that it literally just says catch up. So whether I'm paying bills or whether I'm doing my sticky note, most recent sticky note, and throwing them out, or whatever it is, picking up laundry and putting it away, all of that little stuff, those little things during the day make the end of the day so much better. So
the scheduling is key. One of the things I teach my clients is if you think it, ink it.
Yes. And you
block out those chunks of time in your calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes such a big difference whether you're exercising or whether you're thinking about your family to-do list. It has to be put down, and it has to be an important thing to be able to. And I suggest for your clients that say to you, oh, like I'm getting ready for the 10-year reunion, that thought process. Once you get to the 10-year reunion, you have to set another goal. Because if you don't set the next goal, then it's going to be really easy to stay in bed that extra half hour or eat the ice cream every night and to lose sight of what you really want and why you wanted to get there in the first place. So keeping that consistency rolling along, so important. So what are the negative, I know we have a couple more minutes, so I'll just ask you one more question. What are the negative effects on health when it comes to an cluttered environment? I mean, you've been in crazy hoarders' houses, you've been in just people who are just relatively unorganized, but what are some of the health things that you want to share with us?
Sure. So a couple of things. First of all, when you have stacks of paper or piles of stuff, that clutter attracts dust mites, and those things cause asthma, allergies, all kinds of health issues. Those piles of things also attract little critters. Piles of paper attract silverfish. So all of those creepy crawlies, which are really kind of icky, have a negative impact on your health. The other thing is that clutter causes stress. There was a study done by the UCLA researchers at the Center for Families and Living that found that when women are in a cluttered environment, their cortisol levels, the stress hormone, elevates significantly. But they found that when they left their homes and went out for half an hour, those stress levels plummeted. Wow. So if you can reduce the amount of clutter in your home, your stress is going to go down. And wouldn't we all like to be, calmer and less stressed?
That's why I say to my children who may be watching right now, you have to clean up your stuff every day. Like, it needs to be part of the routine. We have to put your clothes away. You have to, all of those little routines make you feel better and make you feel like you're in more of in control of your environment and you feel better overall. Wow, this is
And
so.
not only that, Lois, when you do a little bit every day, it's manageable, 10 or 15 minutes. But when you don't do it and that pile builds up, it's overwhelming. And that's when you don't start and it just continues to grow.
Absolutely. A little bit goes a long way when it comes to that. And as far
Exercise.
as too, we have so much in common. I love that about us.
We do.
Anyway, thank you again so much for coming in and chatting with us today about this. How can people reach out to you if they want to learn more about? So Deborah does one-on-one organizing in your home or virtually as well. So if you want to have her help you with your house or a closet or, you know, those kinds of things, or she does all sorts of things, especially with paper. So if you have a lot of paper, Deb is like the queen to call.
So the best way to get in touch with me is my website, which is inorder.com. And if you go to the website, on the homepage, there is a little button for Get Organizing Tips, and that will add you to my monthly newsletter.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And again, thank you at home for watching today. We really appreciate you. And again, subscribe and like and comment. We appreciate that very much. And share with your friends so we can continue to keep doing these. And if you need exercise assistance, please give me a call or PM me and I'm happy to share information with you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back again next Thursday. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Deb.